4 years ago, Alex appeared on my show after his 2-year-old son was rushed to the hospital. Both of the child's eyes were swollen shut, and he had bruises down his neck and behind his ears. According to Alex, doctors said the injuries were the result of repeated and severe child abuse. And the child's mother, Megan, told authorities that she put a pillow over the child's head because he wouldn't stop crying. But then Megan recanted her statement and claimed that she was innocent.
The doctor said that your son was severely beaten and that somebody tried to suffocate him. Because he also has severe bruising around his neck.
He has it all around his face. He had it around his neck. He had it all around his ear, inside his ear.
Now this, I mean, this is the first one for me.
Yeah, this is
the bruising around
day.
the back of his ear on his neck. I've never seen that kind of mark before.
They checked his cyst in his head, and they checked everything about him, and there was
So
nothing
she tries
wrong.
to tell the doctors all this, and then what happens?
And then she wanted to say the doctors are lying, that they're just getting on her, but the doctors do all their years of being a doctor and doing this. Why do they have something against you?
Steve, let me set the record straight. He is lying. He knows he is lying.
Who's lying?
Alex.
Alex is lying?
I have medical paperwork, medical records, where my son was diagnosed with seizures and was diagnosed with this disease. The reason why
What disease is he diagnosed with?
It's called pan-sinus disease. It's in his medical paperwork. I actually have it here with me.
That's an infection of the sinuses.
Yes, it's when all 4 of his sinus cavities become infected. Once they become infected, it can swell his eyes shut. Also, if not treated properly, it can infect his brainstem and cause meningitis.
That obviously did not cause the inflammation of his backside.
Yes, he had so much pressure built up. He was having bad nosebleeds.
You're telling me a sinus infection, can we have that picture? A sinus infection caused this.
No, that's when it turns into meningitis. And I have all the paperwork.
Okay. But he doesn't have meningitis.
Okay. Okay.
Did you ever cause injuries to your son?
No.
Do you know anybody that did? Nobody that you're with or anything like that?
No.
You haven't called yet. You lied about everything. You lied.
You were not in his life for the past 8 or 9 months.
You haven't called within the 8 months.
You were not in his life at all.
You haven't called him.
Every time I asked for
you
money
have
for
my
diapers
number.
or food.
You could have called him. You got family members to get up with me so
I
you
have
could
messages. You were just messaging me in October. So stand there and
You're
lie.
lying. Show the messages. Show them. I don't care.
I do want to have one more question. It's got to be a lot of pressure being a young mother with.
Perfectly okay with that.
No.
Did it get stressful?
Okay.
Yes, but he didn't need you.
So did you
or your money.
Did you ever snap when your kids wouldn't stop crying?
It's right there.
So you wouldn't take the pillow and try to make him stop crying? You didn't take that pillow because nobody was helping you.
Why would you write the
You weren't getting any money.
Why would you write it?
You were stressful.
I wouldn't
You took
write
that pillow and you stuck it right over the kid's face.
She did it.
Putting a
She
pillow
did it.
over a child's face to
She lied to you multiple times right now in front of everybody.
Having oxygen cut off to his
why
brain
would
for
you
so
admit
long,
to something
to
like that?
Extent.
Thank you.
Because I thought it would bring my kids back home sooner. Like
Hold on a second.
How do you know?
Hold on, wait, stop.
You weren't around.
Stop.
You weren't even around to
You
witness
just
anything.
said that if you did that to a child, you'd kill it or you'd call it brain damage and they would to whatever extent you just said.
To that extent?
Right.
That bad?
So why would you admit to something like that?
Thank you.
You abused that child.
Really?
You
really?
did.
You need to check your man,
do
baby.
anything.
Your man a dead
He sits there and takes that child. I support your kid on the front of that kid because you wanted to freaking abuse your kid.
Support my kid?
Yes, I do.
Baby, you need to know your place.
Who buys him stuff? Who buys him stuff?
You need to know your place.
I do. I confirm. You need to know up in the morning.
You need to know your place.
Okay, you have the little boy now, right?
Yes.
How is he?
He is happy as he can be.
Did you put a pillow over your older son's face in the spring of 2016? She answered no. The results came back the same to each question, and they came back that Megan did not tell the truth.
was your confession to the police true? She answered no. Regarding your written confession to the police, was it true? She answered no. The results came back the same to each question, and the result is extreme deception indicated. And with that, we're going to bring out Dan to explain these results. Let's bring out Dan.
We have a slide, Steve, because she's screaming that we set her up. Well, here's a slide of her chart, okay? So when I ask her, was the confession that you made to the police true? She answers no, and she has a significant reaction, a dramatic reaction, Steve. This is a chart that she produced consistently. Nobody sets anybody up on this show. I'm a certified polygraph examiner. Thank you, Steve.
I've had hundreds and hundreds of terrible mothers on my show. And you are making a crack cock pen. Get the hell out of my studio. You're a terrible mother. Get the hell out of here. You go. You're faking. You're a liar.
Go.
See you later.
Ugly, bald-headed bitch.
That's right. You'll be in jail.
It's been 4 years since we taped that story, and now Alex is joining us virtually to give us an update. What happened with your son's case after Megan failed her polygraph?
Man, there was so much things that happened within that. The court has went on a couple months, and there was one time that he said, I have it. You're going to win your son today. You're going to get custody of him. And within that time, at the end of the day, I got my son, got full custody 4 years later, and I still have him. And she still don't get to see him or anything of it.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but did she ever go to jail for this?
Of my knowledge, no. I haven't. I went to court a couple times after the case when I won full custody just to see what would happen. And every time that I went, I drove 2 hours just to go to court to get a continuance. And every time it was a continuance. So I have my son. He sleeps next to me. He wakes up with me. And I'm very proud that y'all helped me in everything to prove my point and show that my son is nothing wrong with him.
When I look back at that show and I watch the tape, it's really hard to watch, right? Your son had injuries that you just don't expect those injuries on a child that young. The severity of the bruising in spots I've never even seen before. So it was kind of crazy. And I hope, hope that Megan somehow did go to jail, because if any mother deserved to go to prison for doing something to a child, it was her.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, Helen. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
So Alex says that your family has grown since you were here.
Yeah, we have a little girl. In love with her. He loves teaching her. He loves everything about her.
How old is your little girl now?
She'll be 2 in December.
Oh, so you've had her for, that's great.
Yeah.
Now, how has it been raising Alex's son with your daughter? You say it's going pretty good. He obviously likes the little girl, loves her.
Oh yeah, of course. It's amazing. He's always trying to help. He always give her baths and stuff like that. He's always right there to help to get her clothes and stuff like that. He helped us teach her how to walk.
If Megan somehow watches this update with you guys, and I'm sure she'll be upset, but I hope that she reaches out to the show, because I'd love for her to come back on, and I would like to talk to her, and I'd like to see how she feels 4 years later, if she'd admit to the mistakes that she made, or if she would, admit, like, tell me how it is not having your son for 4 years. It's unbelievable, but I'm happy for you guys. I know you're going to raise your kids right. You seem very happy together, and I wish you all the luck in the world.
Thank you
so
we
much.
really appreciate it so
Take
much.
care.
And thank you for the text.
You too.